Hello Gemini, Ashley here. We're going to do your reading for the April wrap-up. So this is the last week of April, and we're specifically going to look at the Taurus new moon eclipse that's happening this week. We're going to look at what's being released and what's being brought in, and just the overall theme for you. And it looks like you have the theme of release. So surrender in some ways, letting go of some things. It does feel actually like in some ways this could be releases that you're having about yourself as well. So and when I say that, I mean kind of giving yourself a break. So I actually really like that. The theme that you're leaving behind is the librarian. So to me, this feels like, kind of like information gathering and that kind of thing. It could be that you've been on a very curious journey as of late. I mean, Gemini, that fits your sign quite well. You're kind of an information gatherer. You like to know the ins and outs and details of things. Like learning is a big deal to you. But it looks like we're kind of leaving that behind in some ways, and we'll get some tarot to clarify. And then we have this self-awareness in reverse, which is what's coming in. So it's almost kind of like you might be turning that sort of investigative knowledge inwards into yourself and really kind of getting to know yourself a little bit better here. And I like how that fits with this release as well, because when we do some self-investigation, we can tend to be our own worst critic too, right? Now that's just the overall themes here. We're going to pull some tarot and see how this really breaks down for you, Gemini. I do recommend in a reading like this that you check your other placements as well, because they're going to be kind of like high-level themes that show up. And it might be helpful to know what's coming in on this eclipse for you in more than one area of your life here, right? Especially if you find that this doesn't resonate for you at all, right? So be sure to check those out. Another thing to keep in mind is this is just a snapshot, right? Eclipse energy lasts 6 months or more, depending on the eclipse. So this will just kind of give you an idea of what's coming in. It's certainly not going to go into 6 months worth of details, right? So take it as just a taste of what's to come here. So we're going to look at this and dive in and clarify. Be sure to hit that like button. Share with another Gemini if you find they would appreciate it. Comment, subscribe. And heads up, there's a ton of work being done on the road just outside my house here, so there might be some noise. I've been trying to film around it so that it's not a distraction, but as you've probably noticed, this video is a little late getting uploaded, so it's really throwing off the schedule. So I'm just trying to get them done. All right, so we have the moon, the Two of Wands, the Tower, the Fool, the Page of Swords, and the King of Cups, Nine of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, and the Strength card. Ooh, I love this. Self-mastery coming in this row. So it looks to me like you've kind of been looking into, in the past, something you've been working on leading up to this eclipse, right, has been maybe investigating a new start, a new beginning, like where things are going to go. There could be a lot of planning, trying to fill in the details that you haven't yet seen, because we have the moon here. So there could be a little bit of fear about the future, but it feels more to me like, because you don't know all the steps to take, it's kind of like you've been doing a lot of investigating, trying to figure out what to do next. Because we have the Fool energy here. So it's like you're already sensing that a new start is coming. A new journey is about to begin. It does look like you're definitely sitting in some very independent, self-sustaining energy right now. So I really like that. And I do feel like that's also a result of you having been very inquisitive about life, right? Really gained a lot of information and used it to your advantage here. As far as what's coming in with this self-awareness, like really deepening into self-awareness, I really like this. We have the Tower, the King of Cups, and the Strength card. Now, you might certainly be dealing with a water sign, specifically Scorpio and Cancer here, because we have a lot of that showing up. But I actually feel like this, kind of like this eruption of really having a lot of love for yourself. And I like how that fits in with that release. It's like kind of releasing judgment upon yourself here, right? Having really strong self-care practices. This could also be, you just offering yourself some forgiveness here for maybe some insecurities or just any kind of criticisms that you've had about yourself. I do see that there's a potential for new love to show up here, like a very strong soulmate connection that might throw you off a little bit, might scare you a little bit. And I still see, like, I feel like the overall theme here with the Two of Wands, the Page of Swords, and the Knight of Swords, it's kind of like you go from being in this very investigative, trying to gain as much information as you can so that you can make a decision, to just letting that go and making a choice. And that's kind of that leap of faith energy showing up here with the Fool and the Knight of Swords. It's kind of like maybe you just let go of the fact that you don't know all the answers and you finally make a move. So, interesting. Bottom of the deck we have Temperance, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Queen of Cups. So we have the King of Cups here. So now we have a match. And it looks like you and this soulmate, whether you've met them yet or not, are wanting to put in the time and effort to create a legacy, right? To have the whole kit and caboodle together. With Temperance here, I do wonder if this could, for some of you, be a past relationship that you're wanting to heal. If not, it's something you've been waiting for, that really deep soul connection to come in. And it does look like this eclipse might be bringing it to your awareness, right? So let's clarify and see what we get here. Get some more details on this very kind of like information gathering kind of energy, which again is very much your energy. This Page of Swords, this Librarian Gemini is like your natural inclination as a Gemini is to be very curious and really into absorbing as much information and new understandings as possible. So let's look at this. With the moon, we have the Six of Pentacles and the Six of Swords. it does feel to me like whatever this like new leap of faith, this new journey you're about to embark on, you've really been trying to look into, is this the best idea? Are things going to be balanced in the future? Is this going to have a positive back pay to it? So depending on what this thing is, whether it's a relationship, a career move, maybe you're moving to a new state or something, it could just be like, can I make enough money when I get there? Like, it's just like trying to really investigate the practical side of things so that you're not putting yourself in a situation that's going to be difficult, right? You want to move into something better, not something harder, right? That's kind of what I'm getting there. With the Fool, we have the Eight of Swords, so we've been definitely stuck in our head about this. And the Three of Pentacles. Could certainly be work-related, but with the Three of Pentacles, this could also be a partnership, wanting to build a connection or a foundation with someone. The Nine of Pentacles, we have the Four of Wands, okay. And Justice. So if it feels to me like this is probably a reading for the Geminis out there that have been single and independent, and are potentially looking into a more serious relationship connection, whether that's like moving in together, getting married, especially with Justice here in the Four of Wands. It's like, do I want to take this to the next level? This is also talking about like, if I go from being single, where I know I'm good, I'm solid, I can take care of myself, I can make my own choices, I don't have to, you know, there's all kinds of things that go along with being single. And I feel like part of what's being questioned here is if I move into a soulmate relationship, is it going to be balanced? Is it going to be fair? And so that's definitely what has been kind of keeping you in your head, right? And so I really look at this row as like the Scorpio part of the eclipse, because the eclipse itself is happening in Taurus, and it's the North Node, so that's where we're headed. The South Node, what we're releasing, is in Scorpio. And Scorpio is about relationships, the give and take in relationships, deep, intimate connection, and how much we're exchanging energy with others. So, and it could even be related to finances in particular. Like, for example, if you move in with someone, are we splitting the bills down the middle, right? So I do feel like you've been trying to kind of really look at this from a practical standpoint and whether or not it's a good idea. Let's look at what's coming in, because we're taking a closer look at ourselves here. Now, the self-awareness in reverse can also be about there being something about you that you haven't noticed up until this point. But I like that we have this Strength card. It's talking about self-mastery, self-control, and discipline. And so I do feel like there's some new awareness coming in. Let's look at this Tower. Could be a little bit of a shock. We have the Strength card. Again, could be dealing with a Leo. And the Chariot. There could definitely be some moves involved, like physical moving involved for some of you. And just kind of taking that leap and going for it. So whether it's due to a relationship, job change, or just something you've always wanted to explore, moving or living in a certain city or state or something, that could certainly be the case for some of you. It also feels like you just suddenly get this burst of courage to just kind of take control and do something. And I was picking up on that here as well. It's like we release this need to know the answers, and suddenly we just charge forward and take this leap of faith. Let's look at this King of Cups. Oh my. The Ten of Cups. and the Star. So there's definitely a destined soul connection showing up here. Lots of love potential here. And again, for some of you, since we had Temperance and now the Star card, this could be a dynamic that you're trying to heal that you've already been in the past. So just take that as it resonates. We've got more Scorpio and Aquarius here. What's the Strength card? We have the Ace of Swords. This breakthrough communication that you're not expecting. I like that. It's something you're not aware of. So self-awareness in reverse. And then we got this Four of Cups here. And you can see how this person doesn't even see the cup coming out from the clouds here being offered. So it does feel like a bit of a shocking bit of news here. And it might throw you off a little bit. It could cause some fears to come up. I don't feel like excessively, but a little bit. And I do feel like it's something about you. So it could be that you have this person coming in and expressing some sort of truth here. Maybe it's this person, for some of you, this person has had deep love for you for a long time and you just didn't know it. And now that it's coming into your awareness, you're like, whoa. So that could be the case for some of you, but there's definitely some sort of change up here. There's change coming in big time. Somebody might be traveling to see you as well, to express this thing that you haven't been aware of. We're going to clarify the main theme here and see what other details we can get. I'm curious about this communication that's coming in. And it kind of feels like one of those things. It's like once you find it out and you kind of think about it, you're like, oh, how did I not see this before? Kind of thing. With the Two of Wands, this choice point, we have the Four of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. So it does feel like up to this point, we've kind of been a little bit guarded about choosing this particular new beginning. Maybe for monetary reasons, just personal security, right? It kind of, again, for some of you, it's going to force you to leave your home and move somewhere else. Or if someone is moving into your area, it could be kind of feeling like a little bit of an invasion of your space because you're used to being on your own for some of you. With the Page of Swords, we have the Queen of Cups again. And the King of Wands. Why the King of Wands? This feels like action taking, like how to take action. And we have the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, how can I do this in the right way? How can I do this in such a way that it's going to be positive, which we've already talked about. That investigative sort of energy you've had is because you want to make the right choice that's going to turn things in a better direction, not in a worse direction, right? But this Knight of Swords here seems to bring in this sudden spurt of energy. Oh, and it's a Six of Cups. So again, some of you, this is someone from the past. Queen of Swords. I want more there. King of Cups. Yeah, this person comes in and they just lay it on you. They tell you straight up. I feel like this is someone, you might not have actually dated this person. Maybe they were just a friend from a long time ago. Now, for some of you, they're just coming in. They're like, hey, I've always loved you. I've always had a huge crush on you. I want this to happen. And you're just like kind of shocked by this information. For others of you, this King of Cups might be becoming available because they are cutting out a previous partner that they've been with for some time. So interesting. It may even be that for some time you've both been with other people. And this eclipse, what it's doing is it's bringing in the divine timing for you both to become single and come together as soulmate partners here. Because we do have the King of Wands and the Queen of Swords here, which to me feels like it could be third-party energies outside of you and this King of Cups, whoever this might be for you. So, interesting. I like that. And that to me also might apply to what we've seen that you're releasing from the past, where we're kind of trying to decide where to move, how much money it's going to cost me, all these things. If you're splitting up from a past partner and like moving out and becoming single, that could be what's happening for some of you. So as you can see, there's plenty of little tangent stories. It's not going to be the same for everyone, but it does look like some epic love is showing up here. Something very destined and divinely timed as well. And it could take you by a bit of a surprise. So good luck with that, Gemini. I hope that was helpful. Again, check out your other placements, and I will see you next time. Bye.